What's going on, everybody? It is Dimension 119, and we're back at it again for some more eco. Um, Unfortunately, Dump Grok couldn't join us, so we got this cool guy to take his place tonight. Seems like they know a lot about eco, so we might get more done than when Dump Grok's here. This guy seems way more knowledgeable than Dump, but we'll find out. We'll see what happens. Um, yeah. How you guys doing? How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Cool Man?
Oh, just being rad and cool and living life. How you been doing?
Well, I've been doing. I don't use the word rad anymore, so I might be a little bit higher on the cool scale than you, but it is what it is. No, I'm just I'm kidding. I have
Excuse me?
I've been looking forward to playing some more eco. I feel like ScawtDawg with this game that I feel like ScawtDawg when he plays his gets his games that he gets stuck on and just plays all the time and then says he's not addicted to them, except I can admit I'm kind of addicted to eco, so I
We'll
glad we're
see.
getting back into it. I know we missed last Friday. I finished Alan Wake 2 last Friday. Uh
Oh, congrats.
yeah, that was crazy. I was a lot closer to the ending than I thought, but yeah, it's over. I'm a little I'm happy. I like the way it ended. They definitely set it up to where we could have another one. But will it be another 13 years before we get a sequel, or will we get one announced pretty soon? Who knows? There's nothing really even in rumors right now of another one, but there definitely could be, and I kind of hope there will be. Um, but I finished Alan Wake 2 last week, and I started up The Witcher 3 again a little bit. Kind of got back into that and did a few side quests after I finished Alan Wake. So we'll be jumping back into The Witcher 3 on the channel here pretty soon.
Nice.
Trying to finish that this time before something else pops up and distracts me again. But you know how that goes. It's a
Oh, yeah.
long game. I'm trying to do like all the side quests and stuff too, and all the little extra mini quests and all that stuff, or as many as I can before I accidentally advance the story. So I'm still like, after all this time, I'm still like in the second area, even though I've played how long? I don't even know how long I've played. I have played. I'm just curious now. I've played for an undisclosed number. I've played for almost 37 hours, and I'm just still in the second area. So,
Wow. All right, the server is up. I had a little bit of a scare there when I was connecting to it. It crashed.
uh-oh.
But I just reconnected to it, and it looks like it is up and running.
Well, all right. As soon as my Steam comes back online, I'll try to join you. My Steam went offline for some reason. I'll fix that, and then I'll get joined, and we'll get in the game, and we'll start working on this Grove.
Oh, yeah, I probably
I
should put myself back to online.
I think the plan is to, well, my plan is to work on the Grove some more, clearing the area for the Grove. I also thought about potentially starting on my house today, or
Yeah.
tonight, because I haven't done any work on the house yet, even though we talked about it last time we played.
I can't do those glasses for too long.
Oh, Dumpgrass here. He got rid of Cool Guy, and Dumpgrass here.
You guys want to see? You guys want to see Nurgra? This is uh, this is what Dumpgra wears when he does his coding.
Professional Dumpgrass. Professional. All right, I'm clocking out. Stream's over, guys. My brain's mush. I was trying to say professor. Yep, nope. Just I'm done.
Can you
I'm gonna
not say
join Dumpgrass game
professional?
and just we're just gonna play eco and pretend I wasn't trying to say anything at all. Oh, cool. I can just hit continue in eco and it'll take me to your server when it's up.
So crazy.
Easy peasy. I was gonna call you Professor Dumpgraw, but I don't
Nah, don't.
professional Dumpgraw and Professor Dumpgraw. I don't know why all that came out instead, but the peaceful town of Eco. All right, I'm gonna come up here and see where I was.
All right, folks.
Chad meat.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since we played.
it's been
Trying,
it's been 1 week.
trying to remember what to do.
So I think
Yeah, it was like a minute.
you were building roads over here for me, but I think you finished that. We literally finished the steam powered cart right before we stopped. I think our last couple of minutes we played. Hello, must do a lurk. Well, thank you for the lurk, Sapper. Appreciate it. I think the last thing we were doing was kind of working on clearing all this stuff, but
yeah, we were talking about that because we made the steam cart, and I was talking to you about how we'll be able to place down some stockpiles, and then we can start filling those stockpiles with stuff instead, and then fill the cart, and then take it down or wherever we want it to go.
yeah, you were actually when we finally ended last time. You were in here in this little crevasse, and you were digging out all the stone while I was working on the dirt.
Yeah.
Or while I was clearing all this grass and stuff up here.
Yeah, I need to get some food in my belly. P.S. We're looking for a chef. ScawtDawg
Yes.
has. We play too late for our poor old friend ScawtDawg, folks, and I feel bad, but unfortunately, it's just one of those things where even though Dimension lives in the same time zone as ScawtDawg, their work schedules are so vastly different. It's hard for all three of us to play together.
Yep.
Which is really sad. I love playing with ScawtDawg. Actually, you know what? We're talking about ScawtDawg. I'm gonna give him a shout out
Do it.
because if
Do
you
it.
folks have never watched ScawtDawg, he plays super early in the night, and been playing. He's been playing a lot of Stalker, and it's been a lot of fun watching him. I woke up early enough today to watch a little bit of him. Give him some crap too.
Yeah, I kind of miss when I had Wednesdays fully off because at my other
20 minutes later.
20 minutes later. Yes, 3:30. It has been 20 minutes and we're finally live.
Hey, 3:30.
I miss when I had my Wednesdays off, both because it allowed me to get prepared for Middle Earth a lot sooner and have to rush home and try to prepare everything. But it would have also allowed me to kind of be ready if we wanted to do something earlier, but I can't.
Yep.
I can barely get home in time to do our Adventures in Middle Earth streams lately.
Yeah,
our lore master is working his butt off right now, so he had decided he needed to take the day and get some rest. So that's why we kind of canceled tonight, because he's had a rough. I won't share anything that's going on in his job, but he's was telling us some of the stuff, and it is just crazy.
Doesn't sound great.
He needed the personal day, and as I say with streaming, honestly, and tabletop games, the person's real life comes first and the person's health comes first. You make sure you're taken care of, and we'll figure out the gaming later.
Yeah.
Okay, I know for a fact there was not a shark in this tiny pond over here until tonight, but there a shark has spawned in the pond right over the hill over there.
Ah.
All right, I've finally filled in that hole that I needed to fill in over here for the grove, so that's one step closer. Dumpgro looks smart with glasses. Was going to say, how did you get a shark in that little puddle? Yeah, it wasn't there yesterday. It wasn't there last time we played. We putting everything in the stockpile, or are you just putting stone in there?
I'm putting everything there. Doesn't matter to me.
All right. Just checking. Professor Dumpgro. But that's what we're gonna start calling him on the stream now. From now on, guys.
Oh, don't do that.
Especially since he schools
I'm
us
no professor.
about all this stuff.
I just like survival games. I play a lot of them.
Schools us about terraforming and eco and everything.
Honestly, man, that's another game we could play if we ever wanted to. His Life is Futile. And I would just turn up the skill gains and everything else for us. So, like, we could actually, divide everything in half. And actually work on stuff. Because it's just not about, like I've told you before, it's not about just grinding your skills up as fast as you can. Even if you do that, you still have to get all the material and everything else. So, like,
yeah,
it wouldn't be game breaking for us. I still have that server going too. I never canceled it.
Well, I mean,
I was thinking about actually just posting its public details and opening it up to the
I mean, we're always looking for other co-op games to play. I mean, I'm not that I'm trying to talk my way out of eco, because I'm really enjoying this game.
Oh yeah.
But if we ever need a break, or even if we get to the point where the planet is either destroyed or saved or both, then we definitely need something else to play after that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I did not get a PhD in badass.
You
I
got a
PhD in being a grump.
You got a PhD in punassery. No.
Like I'm such a grump that like some person came into my Discord today, asked me about a bug fix they reported. And I switched to this whole new like Discord forum bug reporting system, and I linked it in chat where they should go to look at the bug because I had already worked on it. I have a system where I do reviewed, validated, and then like fixed and pending next update. And then once I push it the update with the fix, I'll archive it and mark it as fixed or whatever, right? But the person comes in, I tag the forum post that I have worked on, saying that I have reviewed it, I have then fixed it, and it's pending. It is validated, then it's now fixed and pending an update. The person then PMs me and goes, "I can't see that channel," even though they're asking about that mod, because in my Discord, folks, I have a reaction-based system. If you react to something, you can see a channel. Which is why if you're from my Discord, the only reason you got a ping about me going live was because you chose to take the streamer/video role a reaction. But if you were like my ammo making or metallurgy and forging or leatherworking or building fortifications, you would only get notifications for that, right? Well, the person's only taken a general chat role dimension. So they message me and they're all like, I can't see that. And I'm all like, okay, cool. Well, you need to select the role. Then they go, oh, okay, I can see it, but now I can't see the help chat. And I'm all like, you can take multiple roles.
Oh,
Like, you can react
I
to
just fell
multiple
through the
things.
world.
You did?
Sorry, I'm back, but I fell through above you. I saw you for a second and then kept falling, and then I showed back up.
I think Steam is having issues.
It might be.
But the funny thing, the long story short, is I've had this person has done the same thing to me like twice now, where like they get like kind of snippy with me about the roles, and I'm still like, I'm sorry you don't know how to read the rules and that you don't know how to follow them, because at the very bottom, in like one message in big bold with like headers on each one, it tells you what each role does, and it says take as many roles as you wish. It's all like, so I was just all like, have a good day, and I just blocked them because they just like, I blocked them from PMs. I didn't kick them from my Discord, but still, like, how can you not read?
Yeah, that's kind of what I have set up too in my Discord. I haven't really had an issue yet that I can remember of like someone not taking the right roles. I I shouldn't say that. I have had an issue with someone not realizing they had to take the roles to see certain channels, and them them coming in being like, "Hey, I can't see channels or whatever," and just like explaining like, "Hey, you got to take the roles or whatever." But that was like at the very beginning of whenever I switched my Discord from just being open to having roles, and permissions and stuff. And part of those problems were because I didn't have it set up right. But yeah, I now it should be working properly, and I haven't really had an issue. But honestly, I haven't really had an influx of people joining Discord other than the bots and the quote unquote artist accounts that join just general just so that they can message you.
Oh god, I hate those.
But yeah, I did the same thing where I have I think it's set up to where you have to go through the welcome channel, and then you have to go through like a rules channel and a roles channel. Like you have to go through all of that like one at a time to start setting up your where you can see what other channels you can see, um, and setting up like what notifications you want to get to. That's why I always tag um, at live whenever I do my announcements instead of at everyone or whatever. I do at live. That way, only the people that selected the live role get the notification.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, I had to do the whole streaming video thing, kind of like you're at live, because I didn't want to annoy all my all the people who use my mods with all my video stuff.
Yeah, I think honestly, I know it's not super difficult to set up, but I know it takes some work to set up. But I think the whole role, in the circles that I am in, I think the whole role side of Discord is a very unused, and unutilized tool. I have a
Good.
what?
I was gonna make a joke. I'll wait.
I have a few Discord channels I'm in that I'm like, man, I wish I had a role to miss out on certain things.
It also makes you feel special too.
I always feel special.
Yeah, it looks like 330T joined your server, so the end is near.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. He's
Well, time to
bringing,
shut that down.
what was that lady's name? That he named Orias or whatever her name was? The one lady who like...
Warren was named Brittany.
Oh yeah, Brittany.
We we need to make a mod. Okay, hear me out, Dub. We need to make a mod specifically for Baldur's Gate that does nothing else but replace her name in the game as Brittany.
Okay.
And I say we, and by we I mean you, because I have no idea how to do mods.
I'll have to look at it. I might be able to do it. I don't really know how to do mods for Boulder's Gate. It could be fun.
It would be,
Yeah, it's all down here from here.
hilarious.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine if like also the mod allowed you to give certain characters the Brittany pendant, and then it renamed the character to Brittany.
Well, I don't
And
like this person.
It gave them the barbarian rage roll, but instead of barbarian rage, it was crazy ass bitch rage. Transform into a crazy ass bitch for 1d6 turns and deal an extra uh 5 uh 5 psychic damage to your vicious mockery.
It's not even good vicious mockery. It's just so bad that it hurts. Alright, I think I have... Well, not yet. Almost have this top area cleared of plants.
I saw a TikTok. There's like a DD group or whatever, and he's all like, it's like the DM's all like, you see 3 hooded figures approaching you. Like the guy's like, my orc raises its warhammer. That was a crit 1.
Yep.
He's like, it falls and hits you on the head, knocking you out. And the other one's all like, I'm a rogue, so I'll sneak. You did a crit 1. You're very easily seeable. And then Bard was all like, I'll do a perception check. And like, he was saying that you see the figures. One of them was really short. They look like they might mean you harm. So he like goes, I do vicious mockery on the shortest one. He just rips this guy, this little person a new one, just going at it, right? And then the DM's all like, yeah, so the other 2 start calling you a butthead or whatever else because the child is now breaking down in tears, which, by the way, is exactly the child you've been looking for the past 6 sessions, and they take their life because you rolled so high. You rolled like a crit 20, killing them instantly or making them kill themselves instantly. He's just all like...
And then he's like, well, I want to loot the body.
You saw it. Did I send it to you?
Yeah. So what's funny is I saw the one you sent me, right? And you sent me like an animated version of that because it's in song form. I follow the guy that made the original song, and I've seen his, like, him performing that song. It's great.
Okay, let's see what the review said. He said, when my wife and I talk about the kid name, she's just Brittany, and I had to disclose the shit I went through with her. Oh, that's pretty funny, man. That is pretty funny.
Yeah, 330. I have one of those stories for the same name as well. And I also have a cousin named Brittany, so you know, I'll live with it forever.
Damn. Do you want to take the carts down and like start unloading the stuff, or do you want me to?
It doesn't matter to me. I don't care either way. I guess it kind of depends on how much stone you have left down there where you're at.
I have a lot.
I'm digging up a dirt, and I know you're doing a stone. I mean, the carts aren't full yet, right?
I filled the stockpile already.
Yeah, the stockpile's full. I don't know if we want to... Do we want to wait, just fill the carts too, or do you want me to just fill the carts from the stockpile? I guess I can do that.
Up to you. Either way, we're eventually going to have to make a trip.
Yeah, I guess I should probably start emptying. Let me finish this layer I'm on, and then I'll take the cart down. I will fill the stockpile. Well, I'm too hungry. I will fill the stockpile, fill the cart from the stockpile, and
Hey, 330T. Do you go to Disneyland a lot because you're close to Disneyland? I know that's a rather personal question.
Hold the sword from the stone. We are not worthy, 330. We are not worthy.
Oh, he's worthy. He's been worthy of my affection since he had infections.
Wait. If he pulled the sword from the stone, does that mean he knows Ponzo?
Maybe. Dude, I miss Ponzo.
You know, that's words I never thought I would say or agree with, but I do too. Oh, the steam-powered cart seems to be full, actually. So yeah, let me finish this little layer I'm on. I've only got a few more trips, and then I'll go do that.
I'm gonna take the hand cart down myself.
I mean, it'll take us a while, but it won't take us too long to clear this the way we're doing it now. I've almost got 2 layers that were on top done. Of course, one of those layers was pretty small.
Walt Disney World in Florida. We do fly down trip once a year, but we also have a camper and take it down once a year because so we live in the shadow. Okay, so world. Okay, my bad. I always get the world and the land mixed up. This February, I'm going to Walt Disneyland with my wife. So.
That sounds like fun.
My wife really wants to go. I'm not, like, I would say excited about it, but it's something she's been wanting to do for a long time, so we're doing it. I get to go to Lego World.
That's something I want to do. That I would like to go to. I always get Disneyland and Disney World mixed up. I would like to go to those as well. What's the other park? I think is it in Florida too? Universal. I'd like to go to Universal as well.
Oh, Universal.
Someday.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take this.
I think I've been to Universal once as a child. You're gonna have to back it up. Back it up like an actor.
Almost hit Asriel's tent, but I made it. Look at that Jaguar just sitting there in the road.
You can move this now, actually.
Hey, Steve. How you doing, Steve? I named him Steve.
Oh, yeah? Think we'll have an amazing time, huh?
There's no room in that stockpile. Apparently.
I hope,
no room in that stockpile. I think all of our stockpiles are full, my friend. Oh, there we go. Now it's working.
Your rickshaw sounds like when I put a kid. Oh, okay. Yeah. He's talking about the steam cart.
Hey, Dumpcraw made it. It might need a tune-up, but
Hey,
works
don't
pretty
throw me
well.
under the bus.
What about under the cart?
That was a good one.
Okay, all 3 of the big stockpiles over here are full.
Well, make another stockpile. Or I can make one. You can just go back up and keep moving dirt. I'll take care of it.
That could go in. there's still room up there in the wooden cart?
A little bit, not a whole lot.
There's still a lot left in this steam powered cart, so I don't know if it's worth it all the way back up. I think I can do that.
Cartoons with the boss. Nice. What'd you say?
Thank you for the lurk, 330. Hope you enjoy your cartoons. I said I can build the stockpile real quick.
I just started building them. I'm building 4.
Okay.
Another one for up there, then I think 3 more for down here.
All right. Yeah, I'll wait till one's done before I go do any more clearing up there, because it's not gonna be a problem with the steam powered cart, but there's still there's 4 slots taken up in it, so.
All right, there you go. There's one placed.
All right.
Another one placed. Another
Oh,
one
up there?
placed. Another one placed. And another one placed. And another one placed. And another one placed in dust.
You placed it on top. So, in that case, I guess just let me know when you get another one placed down there so we can empty the cart out.
Yeah.
I'll work on
You
filling
got
this
it.
up here. Actually, I'm gonna do something else real quick first. I'm gonna come down here and I'm going to set up some hewn logs to build. Because I need to work on a house at some point. So if I can use some of these resources, that'll empty some of our area for storing the stuff. Alright, steam cart's emptied. Run to my carpentry table. Start up some hewn logs. I would very much like to build with hardwood, but I don't think we have any, so in this one, so I'm just gonna work on regular logs. Work.
All right, there we go. 3 more stockpiles were placed.
Thank you, thank you. Alright, taking the cart back up the hill. Beep, beep. A tricky turn right here. To go up the ramp.
Yeah, but now that those rails.
Line this up where I want it. I'll start emptying out that stockpile. We have another full one up here, so I don't have to do that yet. This. Alright, so when I made the title for the session, I went for
What?
let's get it. When I made the title for the session, I went for let's get a grove on. You know, kind of like let's get a move on. But it was a toss up between let's get a Grove on and let's get Grovey.
Oh, you know what? I think I remember exactly what we actually wanted to do this turn. This time. We didn't want to just only move this mountain. We also wanted to plant farmland, which we might want to do earlier than later because then our stuff can start to grow. Remember that?
Yeah, we were talking about building a silo, and you said something about a different location for farms.
Yeah, it's I think I can drop a marker.
I have a feeling at some point I'm gonna reach the spot where you dug out all that stone, and I'm for real gonna fall down.
I put a marker where it is. I'm not sure if you can see the marker. It says future marker.
I don't see one.
Okay. It's over on the right-hand side of our island. It's that big green area, but looks like super flat. I think it's near where you do your wood cutting.
I think you're talking about right here.
It's
by
not next to the
by
river. It's just below that, just south of it.
Oh, here.
A little bit south, more south, but yeah, it's a big green flat area. Yeah.
Gotcha.
pretty much.
I wonder if you have to set that to where it's available for me to see.
What?
I wonder if you have to set your markers where they're available for me to see.
Oh no.
Definitely don't see it in. I have markers checked, but I definitely don't see it in my map. I don't see it in settings anywhere.
Maybe I have to make like a specific item to like place down, like we have had in other video games.
That's possible. Speaking of doing that in other video games, a while back when I was playing Sons of the Forest with Puppy and Ben, I several times when I played that game, I've asked people how to like mark stuff on your map. So I was like, there's got to be a way, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to make markers, put them on your map. But you can't on your when you pull your GPS out, you can't just put markers down. But I found out that you can use the GPS trackers. Once you find the 3D printer, you can print GPS tracker like casings, and you can make more GPS trackers, and you can put those on a stick, and that's how you mark stuff on your map. You physically go to it and you stick one of those sticks in the ground and put a GPS tracker on the stick, and you can change the symbol that the tracker shows on your GPS.
Nice. Good info.
Put that in your survival podcast and talk about it.
Sure.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Hey guys,
I
you know the
apologize.
information that like makes a lot of fucking sense? Yeah. Apparently our honorary streamer wants you to know common sense isn't so common.
It's not. It's just called sense now. Okay, so if we in fact do want to build a silo, farming area, we need I need 3 iron pipes, which I believe
I can do that.
you said you can make. I also
Yep.
need 4 iron bars.
That's easy.
I need 10 lumber.
We already have a lot of iron.
Which means I need to make some wooden boards. Make some wooden boards.
Come down. I'll make those iron pipes. How many
Right.
do you need?
10.
8? 10? Okay. Shouldn't take too much effort from me.
I think I needed 10. I'll double check that. I shall double check that right now. This nasty steak real quick. We need. I think 10 was wrong, but let me find it. Yeah, 10 was wrong. I need 3. I need 10 wooden boards, which is what I just started. Or 10 lumber.
All right, they're being made.
All right, they're being made. The wooden boards are being made, so I'm gonna grab some food, and then I'll go back and I'll get back to work, and then I'll check back with those later.
Work.
Work. I'll take these pineapples for now. See if that helps me. All right, that's not too bad. Tasty pineapples. Good for the soul. Bad for the pizza. That's right, folks. I said it. Pineapple is bad for pizza. You heard it here. Not first. Can I have that fruit? Thank you. I very much do need to.
You very much need what?
How's your star, your next star timer looking?
I'm like, I don't know. I am 4 character points away from being 1 more star.
Character points, huh? What's a character point? You're getting an extra XP multiplier though from your house, right?
Yep.
I need to work on that. I need to just stop this clearing of this path and work on that. And yet I keep doing this. Actually, I should double check on my logs. I see you have a you have a quote unquote chimney. Do you have a
Yeah.
fireplace in there?
Yeah, I do. Check it out.
That's cool. Sorry, I have to look in through.
Yeah, I have
this.
it.
You have me locked out. That is so cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I got creative with it.
Alright, I'm gonna start digging out my area for my house then.
Would you like your house to be made out of black mortared stone?
Do we have enough enough of
Or
that.
would you like the limestone?
I got a building down there made out of limestone. I mean, honestly,
That wasn't really an answer.
I was just gonna build a log cabin, but if we have black mortar stone, we can try that out. We haven't built.
I mean, it's up to
anything with
you. I'm always kind of like a nerd, and I'm all like, I'm gonna make sure my house has a stone foundation. I even do that in Minecraft. Like, when I start building my home, I'll dig out, like, you know, the, like, foundation, and I'll put down nothing but either raw stone or stone bricks.
that. Actually, I mean,
Don't know
either
why.
way,
I just do.
that'd be a good idea. Either way, that'd be a great floor. I mean, if you could queue up some of those for me, at least for a floor, then I could decide on the rest.
Yeah,
So,
I can do that in just a second. Because we have a bunch of it, so why not?
that would make a beautiful floor, at least.
Yeah, because they'll be black with the white lines.
Beautiful. A lot of gravel over here. I mean, I shouldn't have even dug up any of this. I basically have a stone floor over here already. You know how to drive that thing?
Yep.
Oh, you built it. My Minecraft instincts are taking over. I thought this crushed limestone over here that I was about to dig up was going to just be called gravel.
There you go.
I appreciate you, my good man.
I appreciate you.
Alright, I'm not going to dig that up yet because there's grass on that, so I can cut that grass out. So let me do that before I do anything else. I'm trying to save as much resources as I can. So I'll get what fibers I can from all this grass before I finish digging up the area for my foundation. It's inevitable with this game that I get distracted by something else and start a different project. Alright, that's all the grass I can dig up. Let's get rid of all the dirt, and then I'll work on the other various forms of things that I need to excavate. I think my boards are done too, so at some point when I leave this area to go make food or whatever, I can go move said boards over to the sawmill and start the process of getting the silo built, or at least build part of it, the part I have the stuff for.
Well, it looks like shale doesn't make itself a unique color. It just becomes mortared stone.
Just looks like the regular the red, or is it black?
Yeah, it does.
Interesting. That seems weird. Okay. That seems weird. This should be all the dirt that I need to dig out. So let's dig out all of this
Well, I'm gonna make regular mortared stone for you.
crushed limestone. All right, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and crush my hopes and dreams while you're working on that. Thank you. Well, it's too heavy. It's your full inventory. I should probably just. Uh-oh. I've almost got my area cut out, but the cart that I was using over there filled up, so I have to take that cart now.
Nice.
All right, there was a bunch of stuff in that cart that I didn't want to pick up, so that. Go. Went from digging in one area to digging in another area. That's great.
It doesn't look that bad. It's kind of a grayish.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Get out the pickaxe now.
Throw that in there for you.
This. Just chop it all down right now. I love how sometimes it breaks up the stone all the way. Other times you have to chop it twice.
Yeah, there's a mining trait you can take that auto breaks it up for you.
It seems like it doesn't always break into. It seems like sometimes it breaks into 4 pieces. Sometimes it only breaks into 3.
Yeah. One
Right.
of those weird things.
I mean, I'm fine with it. It's just something I noticed. Put a hole in me ground over here.
I didn't touch your ground.
It's a big hole where you was digging. Make sure I paste it out right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you climbing what I think you're climbing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You calling me a lie?
I ain't calling you nothing.
Cool. As long as you don't call me late to dinner, we ain't have no problem.
I'll call you Grumpy Dumpy.
I am grumpy, and my name is Dump. Bruh.
Dump. Bro. Wonder what's under us. Well, how deep does your mine go? I should probably ask.
15.
Well, also I asked the wrong question. How far back did your mine go?
Based off of where you are there, you'd have to dig down like 6 or 7. Here, I can tell you.
I was just wondering if I
So,
could.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, there's 15 layers of stuff underneath you. If I go all the way here, so you have 8 layers where I'm standing here. So you have the ability to dig down at least 7 layers before you'll hit the hollowness.
Gotcha. I was thinking about the potential of putting in a basement at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mortared stone. Is that what you put in there already?
Yep.
Right. I was just making sure that I had the right one. Put down stuff.
So it looks like yeah, about here, here, and all the way to here. So only 4 blocks on the very corner of your claim actually will hit that.
Gotcha. It is definitely
I'll keep more.
definitely a project for a later date, but it's kind of something I was thinking of. Eventually building a multi-storied house, and a basement seems like a cool place to have.
Nice.
I said you human, but I think that's no.
I did make those pipes, by the way, so they're ready whenever you are. I think I'm gonna queue up some food for us because we're running out.
Definitely need to eat this fruit that I have. Do we have any steaks left? Not just the regular steaks, but the steaks that I butchered. I don't know if those cook.
Yeah, I can cook them if you want.
Yeah, I don't know if they cook any different and give us different nutrients, but it seems like that would be better. Take these turkeys. Vitamins. Herbs. Try that. I don't like these mushrooms.
Oh,
I still wonder if that's just a preference thing, or if that's actually telling you you're eating something that is good for your character.
I don't know.
I don't think I ever figured it out. Hey, Queen Courtney, welcome in. Greetings. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, Stompcraw.
We really need to organize this shit. It's so bad.
Talking to the wrong person, my man. I keep saying that I want to, but every time I look at it, I'm like, nope, that's not for me.
That's hilarious. That little
Can't-
leopard.
I can't even keep my brain organized, which makes you think I'm going to be able to keep this thing organized.
You know, probably are right. keep her brain organized.
Seems like a dump craw job.
Hey, I keep my brain somewhat organized.
No. Seems like a dump craw job to keep the stockpiles organized.
Oh, you want me to do the work?
I wasn't gonna do the. I mean, I wasn't gonna do the organization.
I see how it works.
All right, I got the pipes in there. I need to grab. Perfect. It gave me exactly 4. That one counts. Throw those in there. I'm gonna go grab the lumber if it's done. I need to grab all of that. All right, I need to actually put turkey butchery table. 6 steaks. That'll be processing.
Alright.
Here, let me see if I can
I already
make
have.
that.
Oh, you're cutting it. Cutting up the animals.
Yeah, I'm cutting up the toiki. Plus, it's giving me butchery experience too.
Nice.
Let me see if I have enough room to make enough stuff to make. Oh, I gotta make the lumber first. I need 10 lumber. That's what I forgot. Which means I need 2 more flaxseed oil. I think I made a boo-boo. I think I made a boo-boo. Alright, it should stop when that's done. I think. Let's see. So now I can queue up the storage silo. Put all the work into that. And then it'll start processing all that. I'm hoping that once the sawmill doesn't have anything else to do, the mill itself will kick on. And the mill itself will kick on and go ahead and make the stuff. It'll go ahead and make the flaxseed oil. And then once the flaxseed oil is done, I hope the sawmill will kick back on. Honestly, I'm just guessing. I don't know if it actually works that way or not. So we're
Who knows?
just hoping it does. If not, I'll go back and check on it later. We'll keep it moving one way or t'other.
Alright. I'm gonna make a hoe.
Where I know I saw more of that stone in here.
Could make technically a plow. What's a plow take?
Pretty sure I saw more stone in here.
A hand plow. Takes 5 hewn logs and 25 boards.
We should
Actually, it's
have hewn
Really easy to
logs.
make.
We should have hewn logs up here at the near the houses, and we should have some boards down in the workshop.
Alright.
Didn't you make some more stone, mortared stone?
In your cart.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Wait, which cart? Oh, there we go. I found some.
In your cart.
I think that's technically your cart, but I was just borrowing it for the time being. So close. Almost done. Should be plenty. You know, this brick would make or this stone would make a really nice town hall color.
What did you say about a town hall?
I think this brick that I just used would make a really nice town hall color.
Okay.
You can tell me that you hate the idea, Dope. That's fine. I'll be okay with it if you.
I don't hate the idea.
As long as you be honest with me.
Okay. I don't hate the idea.
I heard how you said it. I heard it.
Oh my god, such a drama queen. Just tell me you hate it, okay? Just be done with me. I know how you work. You're a meanie.
Wasn't there a pillar that wasn't a dock pillar? Column, there we go. Let's see how this looks. Hello?
Alright, I got the plow. I'm gonna go over and start plowing some fields.
Very nice, very nice.
You know what I mean? You know, I saw this video of a
Yeah.
farmer using like some sort of attachment to his tractor. But apparently someone had lit his field on fire, and the guy runs and jumps in his tractor and just starts hauling butt with this attachment on it. And the attachment is literally ripping up his farmland, but it's stopping the fire in its tracks. And he's literally skirting the fire as it's burning as fast as he can in this thing. Like, you're talking about, he is like literally like, he is lucky that attachment didn't just break off kind of situation. That's how hard he's going, right? And he like saves like hundreds of acres worth of like farm equipment. I mean, harvest.
That's crazy. The question is, was that attachment meant for that? Or is this like a farming attachment that he's just like, hey, I know this might fix the problem, so I'm just going to go out there with this.
I actually have no clue, to be honest. All I know is that just impressive to me.
I mean, it's impressive either way. I'm just curious to
Yeah.
find out if that's an invention meant specifically for, like, if a field catches on fire like that, to do that, or if he was using, something that's meant for another purpose to put out that fire. Hey, Dyro, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? How's the couch life? Let's see here. Two. I need to go. Three. Four. That's where my roof's gonna go. I think. Righto. That means I need to make some more hewn logs. I don't think I have any more that I can access right now. Hardwood, but that's going to look different. I don't want it to look different yet. So let's run down here to workshop. Let's see if we have any in the workshop. We have a few. And a few more. Cool. Those are softwood. That's not good.
How does one use a plow? Do I have to be a certain level to use a plow?
Softwood. Would very much like to have not softwood hewn logs. I think that's all we have right now.
I'm gonna have to Google it, I guess. Okay, so I'm just doing this wrong. Ah, there we go.
Oh, it's making softwood. We must not have anything else for regular wood. Regular hewn logs. Crap. Well, that puts a damper on things.
Well, I got myself a specialty level.
Hey, very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let me turn this off. Turn this on. There we go. Now we're cooking with flaxseed oil. I wish my shoulder would pop, dude.
Pop it like a tie. Pop it like a tie.
I don't know what I did at work. It didn't hurt when I was lifting anything or whatever. We were actually driving the truck. I was driving the truck and my shoulder just started hurting on our way to our last job. And I was like, that's kind of weird. And we did our job and it was okay. It kind of hurt a little bit. It's just sore.
Sorry.
That's what happens when you gotta lift appliances all day long.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're an awesome installer.
Chew 5 gum. Here's an interesting item if you need fat in your diet in this game. Apparently you can eat/drink the flaxseed oil.
Oh, that makes sense.
It gives you 15 fat.
Ah, it's a lot of fat.
It says I still need flaxseed oil. Oh, it's not connected. No, I just made some. So we should have. Hey, Big Boss, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. And welcome in, Raiders. How you guys
Hello.
doing? We're playing some
Hello.
eco with good old Dumpgra over here.
Hey.
How you doing? How you doing? Playing some eco with Dumpgra. We were working on the grove that we're supposed to be building or planting. We were working on clearing a space for said grove. And then we both kind of got distracted. Dumpgra for good reason because he remembered another item we need to work on, and me in true fashion just remembered something else that I have on my list of things I want to work on, and just started working on that instead. Um, I am both trying to build a silo currently so that we can store our grains and fruits and vegetables in it. Dumpcraw is working on getting us a farm ready and planted, and I am also working on building a house for myself. But in that process, I am having to find the right materials, the right type of wood, because I'm trying to build my house uniformly and make it look good, and not have two different types of wood to comprising the walls because it'll look different. I've got the floor laid. I've got a few planks of the walls laid, and I'm trying to figure out now how to get the sawmill back to crafting our lumber for the silo, so the silo can start. And then I've got to go chop down some more trees here in a minute so that I can make more logs for my house.
Alright.
Oh yeah,
The
look, this is Dumpcross
the
house here, so it's looking pretty good.
Oh yeah, I gave you access to it, by the way.
Oh, you did. I can go inside and look now. That's such a cool statue. Got a dresser and
Thank you.
a nice bed. This chair looks kind of uncomfortable, but I love the fireplace. It's so cool.
Well, it's cool. It's like everything in there like adds to my house's value. So like my bonus experience for my house is 4.68 more per day for leveling.
Yeah, that's kind of why I got distracted and remembered that I wanted to work on a house for that that exact reason, because I
Yeah.
realized that I'm like I think you just said you got a star. I'm like 6 hours, almost 7 hours away from getting my next star because I'm not getting
Damn.
that same bonus.
So not sure Big Boss and them are interested, but what's cool about this game, folks, is everything in this game has a purpose. Like everything. There is no way to delete items or anything else without like admin commands. So you have to use everything properly. But what's cool is that like my house, the statue, the fireplace, all that adds to my daily experience game. But the more complex or the better laid out your house is, also the better off you do. This also goes for your workshops too. The more well laid out they are, like if you have less than only one workbench per room, and that workbench is in the optimal room, it will work really fast, like optimally. But if you have multiple workbenches in the room, it won't. So like you actually have to build up infrastructure for you to be very efficient in this game. You're not incredibly stifled if you don't, but it's still you later on as you progress, you start to notice it more and more. What's cool about houses is like my house is considered a bedroom. Like that's it. If I took my bed, my dresser, and whatever, and built another room onto that house that had a doorway separating it, I would have a living room with a bedroom, and that would give me more of a daily bonus. So like, there are a lot of cool things you can do with this stuff. It's not all. It's nothing is purely cosmetic. Everything helps. That's why I have that owl statue in there instead of it just being, a barren landscape of a bedroom. I have the owl statue in there to like help with my daily game. Plus, it looks awesome. I just love my owl. Dimension can make really cool things like trophies of animal heads and stuff like that. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I've got let me come on down here to this is my workshop here with the little house here and the little stone building here. Eat my food while I give you the tour. Dumpcraw actually made this brazier here that doesn't have any fuel in it. Let me put some fuel in it so we can see how cool it looks. That's bloomery. The bloomery doesn't need that, I don't think. So we can put that here.
With ballparks.
Turn on that brazier. That's pretty cool. I built this ship's wheel, and I also crafted this bison trophy head to go in my workshop. I can build several other trophies of various different animals, some of which we don't want to mess with yet, because once once we start killing the predatory animals and using them for stuff, supposedly they will get upset with us and begin to retaliate and attack back. So we've kind of avoided making the predatory animals upset at us so that we don't have to suffer that consequence.
Pretty cool. The farm's coming along well. This hand plow's really helping.
That using a hoe probably wouldn't have been a very good idea.
Oh, I guarantee you I would have had to come back for food by now.
I'm questioning the build of my house right now. I may actually tear down what I have so far, except not the floor, but walls, because I've used regular hewn logs, and apparently we don't have anything to make any more regular hewn logs. We have a ton of stuff to make hardwood logs. So I think I'm actually gonna rip up what I have and change it to hardwood logs. I'm not very far along in it anyways, so it's not a huge loss. It's a little bit of loss of labor and a little bit of loss of work, but it's not terrible. I can recover those calories.
I'm gonna head back and grab a bunch of seeds and start planting.
Right.
I actually run around and look at what seeds are on the grassland, so I can plant them and like be all like, okay, this is what we'll grow here. And like I know tomatoes will grow on the grassland.
Oh yeah. Tomatoes. And corn too.
What?
Tomatoes and corn.
Tomatoes and corn. Okay, good to know.
You know that at least. That island over there had pumpkins on it. I don't know if that's count as the same thing over here, since we haven't found any pumpkins on this place. I don't know if we can plant like flax and stuff. That might be a good crop to have somewhere at some point too.
Okay.
See if I can see this guy. Might be too late already. Alright, let's get me some of these farmers. Start doing some real building. Let's build our frame first. Build our
Probably could
corpse.
plant wheat seeds.
We have found wheat growing in this area too, so that's probably a good idea.
I don't see any flax seeds. I'll harvest some.
They might be down in the. They might be down in the where the sawmill is,
All right.
because that's what I need to use to make the flaxseed oil.
Smart.
That's probably too.
All right.
I think that's where the roof can go. We'll see. We'll build it here for now and try it.
Okay. And that's also where we're keeping a lot of the corn. Oh, and beets.
Yes, because I can make sugar out of the beets, and I can make something else out of the corn. That's why all that was down there.
Yeah, you think you can make cornmeal?
Probably.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go to the farming
Well,
workbench
let's.
and craft some seeds.
Right.
So I'm gonna craft 20 beet seeds. And then
Them beets is how I
I'm
made
gonna
that.
craft 20 flax seeds.
Them beets is how I made that sweet tender jerky you like so much.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! That means 3:30's back.
I have a lot of corn seeds, but I don't have a lot of tomato seeds, so I'm gonna make some tomato seeds.
I think I'm gonna put 2 windows there. Actually, I'm gonna put them there, so I'm gonna keep an eye on Dumpgrass house. Make sure there's no nefarious deeds going on. Back door there, I think. Always fill those spots in if I decide I don't like them.
Corn.
Building too fast, the fabrication can't keep up with me.
Pumpkin seeds.
Let's put a window there.
Carved pumpkin. I don't want to carve a pumpkin. Oh, there it is. Pumpkin seeds.
Let's put a window there.
We'll make 10.
Window there. Door there. Double doors on the front. So put 2 doors there. Put a window there. A window
Ah!
there. Okay. I need to figure out how people do the quote things and stuff, so I can have stuff like that saved.
You want to have what I did in the past, where I had like a pun bank.
Yeah, I want to have.
Somebody can do exclamation mark pun, and it'll like say a random pun that somebody did.
Yes. Which I know how to. I mean, I guess I could do it. I could copy and paste that stuff because I know how to do it to where it gives you a random response, but I don't know how to pull that from chat and save it. But because I have I think it's hi. If you put hi in the chat, Nightbot gives you a random greeting. I got what's up. Come on, Nightbot, don't let me down. What's the story? Anytime somebody puts hi in the chat, you get a different random greeting. So I know how to set up the random responses. I just don't know how to do it grabs stuff and saves it from chat like that. Alright, I'm gonna build a temporary ladder. Oh, I'm gonna grab that right now. I'm gonna save that link. Thank you, 330TT. I'll check that out.
All right.
I'm going to mark that so I can look at that. I appreciate that, 330. Thank you very much. Sexton, deleted part of my wall.
Welcome to Amateur Hour.
Indeed. It may be amateur hour, but
I get so quiet when I work on a place game.
I am definitely working to improve. Actually, Dumpcraw and I were talking about that before we started before stream started. I have an ever-growing list of things I want to do this year, both like goals and projects that I'm working on in my personal life, and things I want to try to do through stream. I say ever-growing because even when I get an item marked off of that list, once I mark that item off and check my list again, I realize that 5 more have popped up in its place. It's like a hydra of different tasks. You finish one task and 3 more pop up.
I know what you're talking about now.
All right, the lumber should be finishing, which means the thing and stuff that should start next. The silo should start up next.
Well, I have some crops planted. I wasn't super smart with it, so I should have, yeah.
All right. Short one door. Feel ya. My honeydew list is like it's like that. I knock out 6 things and 8 more get added. I mean, that's the nature of a honeydew list right there. That is the nature of a honeydew list. Trust me, I grew up watching my dad deal with that. Take that. No, I don't want a mortared limestone door. I need to make another door. I need to make another hewn door. Hewn log door. Yeah, what I was telling Dumpcraw is before we started was I have tasks on my list that have been on there for several years that I've just either procrastinated on or haven't done enough work on to get them finished. Things that I have worked on, but just haven't actually seen to completion. And my goal is to get some of those tasks done this year, as well as to get some of the stream stuff done. One of the things that I would really like to do on stream is to get the starting soon and the break screen and stuff changed and have it reflect some of the improvements that we've made in the stream itself. Because I feel like they're kind of basic at the moment, and I would very much like to change that and make it reflect the growth that we've had in the stream. So that's one of the things on the task list that needs to be worked on. But like for instance, personal wise, I have two old laptops that I still have music and pictures and stuff on that I need to make sure that, especially the pictures, I need to make sure that they are kept and not lost if the laptop goes to crap. And I've had them for years, and I just haven't finished going through them and cleaning them off and transferring them to backups. That is one of the tasks that I've been putting a lot of time and effort into lately, is getting that where they're transferred over and they're not where I would lose them if said computer finally crashed. I've been putting a ton of time and effort into that when I'm not streaming or working, and I've made a lot of progress compared to what the progress I've made over the last several years. I'm just trying to stick to it and get stuff like that done this year so that I can clear that stuff out and be in a better spot and have that space that those laptops are taking up.
Nice.
Okay, I had this problem. I think I had the same problem when I played this game with Jarl, and I can't remember if I figured out a way to fix it.
What's your problem?
I'm trying to set this up to have a second floor.
Oh, you just build a regular block. Don't build a floor.
Like a square. Is that what I built?
Yeah, you built a floor, not a square.
Still doesn't connect. Do I gotta build that
maybe
all
I'm
the way
wrong.
around?
Yeah, you can just build it all the way around on the top. What's cool is like when we get to level tier 2 materials, I think they end up being more beneficial for us.
I feel like this looks.
That you can build like more kinds of diagrams and stuff.
I need to figure out what looks better then. If I'm gonna have to do that, because I think.
Yep.
Check something.
I will be right back.
I think that I like these blocks better. And I can just build an awning, maybe, to make it look better. That being said, with saying that I have a list of stuff I want to work on and do, if you guys have any suggestions on interesting things you'd like to see or ideas you have that deal with portals and red doors and things like that, or any resources for that matter that help with those things, feel free to post them in the Discord and stuff like that. Like, I'm always happy to listen to ideas from the community, and I'm always happy to potentially put some of those ideas into effect, both for the enjoyment of people seeing them and seeing that aesthetic and being pleased with that, as well as just seeing the different outlook and views of the community we're all trying to grow together. Hey, the silo's done. That's cool. I need to make some more hewn logs, though. I've very much avoided, like, paying for, stream assets such as backgrounds and overlays and starting soon screens and such. Um, I've very much avoided trying to pay for those because I know I can Photoshop that stuff, but I can't. I don't know how to do like animations and like dynamic moving and screens and stuff like that. So I'm at a loss for those things. So I've either I gotta basically either figure out how to do those or pay someone to do those for me. So that's maybe what the next step is, to find somebody that can make those things for me and potentially purchase some more active, I guess is the right word, some more active assets. I definitely want to make improvements to the stream this year. Oh, my guy does not like these cooked papayas. Many moons ago, I built my first home server to organize my digital hoarding, and over the decades it has only gotten larger, but it's organized so I can find anything. My MS Paint Paint Stick Man skills are legendary. I mean, I've made most of what I've learned Photoshop and made most of what's used on the streams in Photoshop. Some of the emotes were made by Ray, who plays in our Middle Earth game. But as far as like the overlays you see in the Middle Earth game, I made those. The starting soon screen and the break screens that you see before, during, and after streams, I made those. But like I said, I don't know how to do any kind of animation or make like videos out of that stuff. Some of those AI image creation tools are amazing. Yeah. So it's just static, and I feel like it's just I feel like it doesn't. I still in dump. I feel like the static image that's just the portal and the Discord logo and the Twitch logo and the YouTube logo kind of looking as if they're kind of floating around in there, but stationary, and my red doors and like starting soon, or the portal is opening or whatever on screen. I feel like I was very proud of those when I made them, and I really like those. But I feel like we've had them so long. I feel like they don't reflect the growth that the streams had, and the communities had. I don't feel like they show the. I don't feel like they show the changes that have been made, because like that stuff was made when we were still streaming on a laptop. We weren't able to do like the green screen stuff we have here, and things like that. We weren't able to really do co-streams and be able to have like dump graw on screen as well, because the laptop couldn't handle it. So I want to kind of reflect the growth of the stream, I guess, and the improvements that we've made in the couple of years we've been streaming. So that's kind of why I'm looking to change the backgrounds and stuff. I also want to change the music. I feel like it's time for a music change, but that's one of the things that I just haven't gotten around to looking into yet. Yes, exactly. I want to improve it. Like obviously, I still have the red doors. That's my thing. I plan to keep that. But I want to improve it. I want to grow it. And as much as I want to say, as much as I am proud of I made the red door logo myself too. Can't really see the intricate details in some of the images, but as proud as I am of making that as well, I have also considered talking to someone about possibly making a better version, a revamped version. Dang, these are out of freaking out of stuff for hardwood logs now too. Shoot. But we'll see. That's a process. Again, a process for later, a process down the road. We'll see what happens.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did I miss anything important?
Just me talking. So not that important. Also, me realizing that I've used up all the hardwood stuff that we had stored up, so looks like I'm gonna have to make a trip to the forest and start chopping down some trees. Making some logs, hardwood logs,
Oh,
before I can finish my house.
bureaucracy.
I was looking at stockpile over here, and I was wondering why it was making softwood logs, and I think it's because we run out of stuff for hardwood logs. So maybe.
Okay.
Logs. Double check it. Make sure it wasn't just that. It wasn't just that a. Logs. You. I want to look at the recipe. Let me. What's happening? I don't know why I can't look at the recipe of some of these. There we go. Hewn log, composite, sawmill, sawborer, blah 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 blah. This should make. This should make hardwood, right?
So, go to your hewed log thing, and I'll put in how many of the items you want crafted.
Yeah, I did that, and it made a few of them as hardwood, and then it switched over. I'm just trying to figure out which trees now make hardwood.
I think oaks. Let me see here.
Because I thought the ciabatta trees made hardwood, but let me see. Tags apply to a log shaped building material. Read hardwood log recipe. Requires 20 labor. Products hewn log. Hardwood ingredients hardwood. Tag represents a group of items. CBA log. Okay, so yeah, it does. So we should have more of that. So I can stop this. No, I'm just going to leave that because I've already put all the work into it. I'm not going to waste all those calories. Dubcraw's disembodied voice.
Hardwoods are birch, calebia, oak logs.
All right, birch, ciabatta, and oak. Got it.
Yep.
Did we destroy a fireplace by chance? Because there's a random floating tag for meat to be cooked that's not cooking anymore.
I didn't move the fireplace at all.
Over a fireplace that's not here. The fireplace has been moved somehow.
I'm seeing it on your stream. I didn't move it.
It's over there now. Oh, there's the meteor.
No, I moved
28
that one.
days, 11 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. It probably just doesn't have fuel. Oh, it's not storing anywhere. Did you cook these did you char these papayas?
Yeah.
My guy hates them.
Oh.
I ate
Well-
one and he was like, "Ugh, horrible."
I'm sorry he hates them.
I appreciate you trying, but my guy says they're horrible.
Yeah, but I can't, make do with picky eaters.
I miss when ScawtDawg cooked. At least I just said yuck. I need something fatty. I might go. I don't want to stop another project, but I might go fishing actually. 'Cause I think that'll help my hunting skill. You know what? I'm just gonna eat some freaking raw meat. My guy doesn't like it, but it's got my fat and protein in it. Alright, now let's switch over and get some vitamins. See if that helps out. I'm eating these scorched papayas just because.
Scorched papayas.
Alright. Let's see. All my labor, all my calories I just ate. Make those logs. Yeah, where's my fishing pole? I'm gonna go fishing. May not actually have to go fishing. May just be able to. There's that. Also, your the silo for the farm is ready down there in the workshop where the
Super awesome.
Sawmill is. Actually, you can pull it from up here too if you go all the way down there.
Yep.
I'm going to make some crab for us.
I'm back 3:30T. Did you miss me?
He's back. Speaking of crab, I need to check my crab pot. Is there anything in my crab pot?
Sorry, I went to Chinese last night, so I was eating the rest of my lo mein.
I
That's
sadly
my din din tonight.
sadly don't have anything in my crab pot. Oh yes, I do. There was
What?
6 crabs in there.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
I think. Unless
I missed
Unless
you
that-
like a splinter to the toe. Aw, I can never get rid of those things. I'm so glad you said that.
Darn. I didn't. I was wrong. I didn't have 6 crabs in there.
The silo looks cool.
That should help us organize our seeds and whatnot. I did not, in fact, have 6 crabs in there, I guess. I'm not really sure how to make the crab pot work and actually catch crabs. The crabs came from the inventory. I had them in my inventory and accidentally put them in the crab pot. So
Huh. Sounds about normal.
yeah, sounds about right for me. I am making us some crab though, so we should be able to get some nutrients from that.
Alright.
See if my guy likes that. Nope. Apparently that's horrible too. My guy doesn't like any food anymore. Can I cook it? Charred fish. Need a proper chef, man, so we can eat better. A proper chef. Make proper food.
I like proper food.
Alright, let me see if my
What
guy
is proper
likes
food?
this charred fish better. Something besides all this charred food. Ooh, okay. Finally found what I needed. He needs charred fish.
Alright.
Got that charred fish.
What am I going to do next? I'm going to start working on moving dirt again. How's
Oh,
your
I
house
know.
coming along?
It's at a standstill at the moment because making logs. But I've started on the second floor. So.
You're going to do 2 floors right away?
Well, it's that or tear up a whole roof. So I'm gonna do 2 floors to start with.
Alright, teach their own.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the flooring on the second, like where the second floor would be. See if the game counts that as a roof. Go from there. If it does, I may not build a second floor just yet. May wait. If it doesn't, then I guess I have to build a second floor. Judge me, Dumpgraw.
Alright. Whatever works for you,
Delicious.
boss. Whatever works for you.
Delicious. I feel the judgment judging me. I can feel it.
Oh, I'm not judging you, boss.
Yes, you are. I can feel
Been
it.
playing way too much Red Dead.
You know, I I played a little bit of Red Dead, the first Red Dead. And I played Undead Nightmare more than I played the story. I didn't get I did not get super into it. I liked the Undead Nightmare a little bit, but I didn't get super into the game. I played it a few times here and there, but not a lot. I did, however, find Red Dead 2 on Black Friday on sale and bought it and installed it on my Xbox. And I have not played it once.
I will have to say, I hate their stupid login to play network bullshit, whatever even think shit.
Okay.
Like, they have a thing called Social Club, and to play games, you have to log into it. Well, I get that they do it for, like, hacker or whatever, but when I buy an online game through Steam, it should automatically be verified as an offline client playable game. Like,
wait, you have to log in to play the online part too?
No, the offline part.
Yeah, but you had to log in to play the offline part?
Yes.
Oh, that's dumb.
Because what it does is it verifies that your game is real using the Steam code you got. However, again, if I bought it from Steam, it should automatically activate as a offline authorized client or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
But what I had to do is, because my social media, my social club is connected to a old email address that I actually forgot that I even used. I used to use it for my gaming back when I was playing EVE Online. And I didn't realize it was still active. So I, after like a couple hours, like 4 or 6 hours, finally found the email address, and then struggled for another like 3 hours trying to figure out the password, just so I can start playing Red Dead. Like, I'm so annoyed at like the process. I am now going to beat Red Dead 2 just because I'm pissed off that they tried to keep the game I bought from me.
That's great. It's great and terrible.
Like, I get it. It's good to have things that stop people from like legally pirating your software. Totally respect it. However, when I buy it through an official retailer of your product, aka Steam, Epic, piss poor Pant Man, that is a store of video games,
Epic,
I don't care.
That's debatable.
I'm just saying, okay, that like I shouldn't have to struggle to play a game I already bought that you're claiming that I now have to revalidate that I bought it.
Oh, I agree. Totally agree.
If I want to use your online services, fine. I am more than happy to log into your online services to use your online services, like your social club. But I shouldn't have to log in to play the game offline. Like, it's just stupid.
Right. I am, in fact, going to have to build a second floor right out the gate. Sadly, the square blocks don't count as a roof.
Why are we moving this big hill anyway?
That's where the grove's going to go.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to have that whole flat area for the grove. Is that a problem?
Nope.
Got a problem with that?
Nope.
Sound like you got a problem with that. Look, it was the biggest area for the least digging, okay?
Alright, fair enough.
Dumpgrot never likes the way I terraform anything. Can could have a year-long conversation
I
about how
wouldn't say
stupid Rockstar's
that.
validation process is. Anytime you have to log into 3 accounts just to play a game is beyond annoying.
Like, okay, a good example. Larian Studios. The people who made Cyberpunk and The Witcher 3. Good launchers. Good platforms for online services versus offline play. If you don't log into the Larian launcher, you can still launch your game and play. But you don't have access to a lot of the cool updates and other things that they have that are like fun cosmetics or online play, stuff like that, right? Like, you can still play with your friends client to client, but you can't like actually do other things. So like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's a choice you make with playing offline. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. I'm just being grumpy. I'm a grumpy dumpy.
well, I mean, when we were playing Baldur's Gate, every time we opened it, the login screen popped up, which was fine. But eventually, and you can skip it, but eventually, instead of skipping it every time, I just went ahead and created the account and logged in, and it still pops up, but you get past it a little bit faster. But it's one of those things, we were playing online, so it was acceptable.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm just a grumpy bumpy about it. I buy a game to play. I don't buy a game to spend 3 hours trying to, do whatever at.
I bought this game to play it. I didn't buy this game to log into it.
Old man voice is totally right.
We need to play Project Zomboid again too.
Project Zomboid is always a hoot.
I
We
miss
even play Human Z without Yarrow. See how we do.
I miss Gramps. I have actually played. I can't say a lot. I played a decent amount of Human Z on my own actually, and I've actually enjoyed it. It's super easy if you don't have the settings right. But I've really enjoyed walking around and exploring. My day started
Exploring
16
what?
hours ago, and I go to head out and ensure my eyelids don't leak any light. Well, have a good night, 3:30. Thanks for hanging out. I really
Bye,
appreciate it.
3:30. Miss
Yeah,
you.
get some rest. And we'll see you next time.
All right.
Glad that guy's
What
gone.
were you
No,
saying?
I'm just kidding.
Aw.
I'm joking. I'm joking. 3:30. Don't. It's a kid. I'm kidding. I've played Humid Z several times on my own. Actually, it's really easy if you don't have the settings right, and I've still been kind of fiddling with my settings. But I've actually really enjoyed it.
Nice.
It's a fun game to just walk around and explore and like set a goal for yourself and work on. My goal has always been my goal for my character that I was playing was to get a van started, because I found a van that looked like the A-Team van, and I really wanted to get that running and use it. So I spent several nights and days playing, trying to find all the parts and pieces to get that van running. And I finally found them one day, and shortly after got bit.
Aw.
Yeah. So
At least in that game, being bit isn't a death sentence.
well, I didn't know that, so I don't know. I definitely died, but it took a really long time for me to die. So I wandered around and found some more supplies and loaded up the van and marked the van on the map. Um, and before I died, and I wanted to kind of test it to find out if I would turn when I died. And as far as I can tell, you don't. You just die, and you can respawn.
Huh.
But it's one of those things where I was doing really good and having almost no issues for a good while. And then I won't say I got overconfident about it and got in trouble. I just got myself in a situation I couldn't get out of by accident and got surrounded, and that's how I got bit. But I had a pretty decent long run over a couple of sessions playing and surviving.
Nice.
I have
Very nice.
not
I know they just put out. Go ahead.
I've not delved into the base building side of it though at all.
Ah. I know when we were playing, I did a little bit.
I really used all the logs already.
But the developers just pushed out an update for a new camera angle. It looks a lot better.
Interesting.
And they made it so you can drag and drop things around your inventory, or that's coming in the next update, I believe. I was watching one of their developer streams.
That's definitely a game that I would very much like to explore some more too. I need to check. I got Jarl to send me the settings that we all played on when we played before. I need to check my settings and see if they're set to that and see if that makes it better. Make some adjustments, because while I did get bit and died because of being bit, like I said, it was still relatively easy to survive as long as I did, and it was nice to feel like I was like doing decent at the game, but at the same time, it kind of took a lot of the challenge away from it too. And that's part of what got me bit and killed, was that I got to the point where I had several guns, my inventory was full, and I was like, all right, I can take these zombies out. And so I started shooting a couple of zombies, and I pulled more attention than I thought. I pulled more attention from shooting zombies than I thought I would, and it didn't really work out well for me.
And they just came over and were like, munch, 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 munch.
Yep. All right, I am out of stuff to make hardwood logs, so I'm gonna have to come up here and get some in order to continue my house. So what I'm gonna do is work on digging up some of this hill for now. Some of these logs are gonna come from off of this hill. Got a good little bit cleared, though. You been putting in work over here, Dump.
Oh, yeah. Trying to get things done.
Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole.
I dig a lot of holes. Do you dig holes?
I sure do. I like to dig holes, Double D.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Good show.
It always comes up when we're playing survival games that have digging involved.
Well,
or chickens.
Because it's a good show. We all know it.
Yep.
We all want to show it.
Speaking of shows, you seen any good shows lately, or watched any good movies lately? We haven't
I
talked
started
about.
watching Lucifer again. We finished Grimm.
Ah, you finished Grimm.
Yep.
Does it have? Don't tell me, because I do plan on watching it at some point. Don't tell me what happens, but does it have a satisfactory ending? or does it have an ending that wraps up the story at least in a way?
It ties a pretty bow on it, but the bow is awkward and weird.
Okay, that's fair. I mean,
Like,
it feels like that's what most TV shows do,
yeah, I guess, but
especially these days.
me and my wife are both like, we don't hate it, but definitely a weird way to end the show.
I That's how I felt about Lost years ago when Lost came out. We used to love that show. And that last season was just bonkers.
Yeah.
I mean, the show itself was kind of bonkers too, but especially the last season and the way it ended.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I finally watched all Hulu had of Black Clover.
Nice.
Kind of sad because it got really good where it stopped, and they only have like 100 episodes. So I'll eventually either get on Crunchyroll and catch up, or I'll wait till they have Hulu and catch up. Have it on Hulu and catch up or something. But I'm kind of trying to not neglect my streaming services. When you get a chance, can you repair my shovel for me? By the way, it's in the repair.
Yeah.
But
Just
I
leave it
can't
in there.
do it.
I got you. Try not to neglect your streaming services.
Yeah, I'm trying to make use of the streaming services that I have. So I'm kind of like bouncing back and forth, like watching a show on this one and watching a show on that one, kind of thing. So I watched Werewolf by Night on Disney Plus. That was interesting. I kind of liked it. It's tying into the Marvel universe. It's a Marvel show. It's tying into the Marvel MCU. They're gonna do more later. I don't know if you've seen it. It's kind of made like an old school monster film. It's all in black and white. It was pretty good. I kind of liked it. It's like an hour long. It's like a special, so it's not a show, not quite a movie, but and then I started rewatching / finishing Psych. Just watched that with my brother when we were younger, and I forgot how much I enjoyed that show.
I know my roommate's wife loves Psych.
My brother loves it, and we used to make references from it all the time. It's one of those shows that he loves so much. I think he's seen every season at least a couple times.
So it's like the people who watch The Office. They just
it's
repeat it all the time.
It's definitely his Office. So I've seen like the first few seasons a few times, but I've never finished the full show. So I'm going through it right now and trying to. I didn't start it back over again because I started it over like a year or two ago. I got into like season 6 and then didn't have Prime Video for a while. I got it back because I got like a really good deal on it. But I decided to, since I have it right now, to go ahead and finish, like dig back into it and finish the last few seasons. Nice. I definitely forgot how much I enjoyed that show. It's very cringy too. It definitely gives me some Office-like cringe sometimes, but I also
I've seen it.
Find myself
I've watched
cracking
like
up at it too.
2 seasons. Me and my wife watch the show. I think like every now and then, but we never get like addicted to it. Like it's not like a show like we get like really enthralled with, which I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people out there who feel like boo, but just not a show that we get used to get addicted to.
No, I mean I get that. I mean that's kind of like, I guess, kind of the same line of thinking that I have with it. Like I really like it, but it's one of those shows that, like I said, I seen the first couple of seasons years ago when it first was coming out with my brother and my dad used to watch it and stuff, but I've never finished it. But it's one of those shows that I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go back and finish it now that I have a service that I can watch it on or whatever. And I'll pick it back up here and there, but it's not a show that I'm like you said, like addicted to where I'm like, oh, it's Sykes on, I have to watch it. Honestly, the first time I tried to rewatch it, the only reason I started rewatching it was because I was going to the chiropractor at the time. It's a couple of years ago. I had a car accident and I was going to the chiropractor at the time, and I had to I had to go in there and do physical therapy stuff, and I had to one of the things I had to do was like walk on this. It wasn't a treadmill or a bike. It was like a there was one machine that shook. I had to stand on for so long, and there was one machine I had to like swing my legs back and forth like an elliptical or something like that for a certain amount of
Yeah.
time. And every day that I was in there, they had Psych playing on the TV, and it got me back into it. That's when I got back into it the first time. And so now when I saw it on Prime Video the other day, I was like, all right, I'm gonna start this back up and watch it.
That's funny.
I need
That
to
is
eat
funny.
something so I can make. I can't even cook right now. I'm so hungry. I heard your cart. I heard you driving that cart, and for a second I was like, "Wait, when did we get helicopters in this game?" Eat some of these mushrooms. Yuck.
I'm
Imagine how terrible it would be to be so hungry that you can't cook you a meal.
just eating the raw ingredients, which I've done before.
So body.
Like, I have bread, I have cheese, I have meat. I'm too lazy to put it together, so I just eat the fucking shit.
I have done that too.
So don't like looking at it, you're like, oh.
Or just make I have bread and I have meat and I have cheese, but I don't want to make a sandwich. I'm gonna just use crackers instead and make little mini sandwiches.
I feel that would take more work, but hey, to each their own. I also have another trick, but I'll say it low because I think my wife might beat me up. It's I have all those ingredients, but I'm too lazy to make it, so I just message my wife going, "Do you want sandwiches?"
What the heck is charred mortar made?
It's another version of mortar for me. That's how I make the mortar stone.
Oh, so you gotta char it to make it. Interesting.
Well, no, it's just another alternative. Because, like, some people they build, and they don't build anywhere near sand, so they have to find, like, an alternative way to make mortar.
But you have to cook mortar to make charred mortar. No, you don't. You have to make natural. You have to cook natural fiber.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very, very interesting. My guy doesn't like this much. He likes right now. 'Cause he likes right now. delicious. Tasty. Tasty.
Don't do that.
Why?
We started watching Lucifer again. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Oh, I saw this new show on Crunchyroll that just came out. Might be torture for you. It's called Solo Leveling. It's an interesting anime. Premise isn't original, I would say, but the idea is that like their world like got invaded by like some kind of wormholes that like spawn these like dungeons or whatever.
Yeah.
And there are people who are given powers and they're ranked based on the powers. But once they're given these powers, they can't ever get better or stronger with these powers. Like you are what you are power-wise, and that's all you will ever be. Like so, you can get more like survival sense aware and stuff, but like where some people might be able to cleave through like a stone golem or whatever, for example, as a rank a rank C wouldn't be able to cleave through a stone golem. Rank C might be able to kill a stone golem, but it couldn't cleave it in half with one swing. So it's kind of just like interesting. Like you are what you are. You can't get like more like godly power wise. You just kind of have powers, but you know, yeah, I mean,
That's
but
it's kind of interesting coming from an anime perspective because most animes where you have power is like you can always power up more. You can always be more powerful. You can always push push past your limits. You can always, go Super Saiyan or like as never give up and you'll be able to beat anything kind of thing. It's interesting that that anime is like, yeah, you're once you have this power, that's all you get. Sorry.
well, it does do that. That I said that was the premise of it.
Yeah,
But
it's
there's a character that has, of course, a special thing happen to him or whatever. Which that's okay. So far, what I've seen is it's not. It's setting itself up in a way where I think it's going to be kind of interesting to see it play out for like another couple episodes, and then I'll decide whether or not I actually like the anime. So far, it's pretty good.
well, I mean, it's an anime. You're not gonna not have a character that can get more powerful. I'm just saying it's interesting to have a premise where the character's like, yeah, you can't get more powerful.
Yeah,
Because I mean, you have anime where you have characters with no power that get powerful, such as like Black Clover, but everyone else in Black Clover can get more powerful, just not Asta at first. It's interesting to
well,
see
yeah,
an anime that is literally like, hey, nobody can get more powerful, and then
yeah,
still has somebody that can, obviously.
yeah. Nobody can get more powerful except for you, but you don't know, or the anime pretty much states it like in the like the read through. Like this guy is a rank E. He's the lowest of the low power. He kind of states it inside of his like opening talking about himself. He's all like, yeah, pretty much any person who finds out that I'm going on a dungeon raid automatically signs up because they know it's going to be the weakest raid.
But
Like I am the canon. I am literally not the canon father. I am literally the person who like joins up with people because they do a service. Like there is a service they're providing and everything else, but he makes little to no money. Like the first episode, he's fighting with this magic knife that he barely can afford, and it breaks on him, And he's just all like, oh, there goes another one. I guess this dungeon's gonna be just another knife again. I wonder where I'm gonna get my next meal. Like, he's just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. It's hilarious, some of the things he says, like, in the very get-go. But, like, he's like, I'm just gonna spoil the first episode for you, but they end up going to this dungeon, and like he's having a hard time fighting, and he finally kills a goblin or whatever, and he's all like, I finally got one shard, this will pay for that broken knife. I'll be lucky if I get anything after that, because the party splits the loot, but you get paid on what you do, right? Like,
Yeah.
Kind of how it works. So the party finishes the thing. They're like, oh, the dungeon's not disappearing. Like, we're not like feeling like we need to leave now, kind of situation. So they find a tunnel or a hole that leads further in. They're like, oh, let's go check this out. So they keep walking. They're walking for like a good 30 minutes, and they get to this big door, and he's all like, okay, well, this is odd. This has never happened before. And all the other people are kind of like sketched out. So they take a vote. Like, half the people want to go in and the other half don't. They ask him if he wants to. We end up finding out the reason why he's still doing this is because he has loved ones in the hospital, and this is the only way he can afford to pay for the bills, which is why he's so poor all the time, because all the extra money he makes from this goes to the hospital bills, right? I love how, like, anime Japan is so dystopian. Like, Japan right now has pretty good healthcare that's free. But Japan in the future, these animes is always all like, I'm in crippling debt because of the hospital. But, so they go into this room, and they see all these statues in like a big circle, with this one big statue sitting on the throne. And they're like, trying to figure stuff out, and this guy starts reading like an inscription or something, kind of describing what it's about.
That's never a good idea.
Yeah, nobody told him not to, but so he did. But so the main character, who is a Reiki, is standing in the middle of the room, and the doors start to close. So one of the guys like freaks out, who didn't want to go in, goes, look what you guys have done. Now we're stuck in this room, blah, blah, blah. How are we going to get out? And as he touches the door, one of the statues holding a halberd just cuts him in half as soon as he touches the door. Just boom. And everyone's freaking out because this guy was a rank A. Or a rank B, my bad. Like, he was a rank B who was helping some of his friends who found out that they had powers too, or whatever. And, like, everyone's just all like, what the? And then, like, the only, like, a couple people aren't freaking out, but you can see they're worried, and someone looks at them and goes, you guys are rank A, right? And they're all like, yeah, but that was our only rank B. Everyone else is rank C. So everyone is rank, two of them are rank A. Everyone else is rank C, D, and E below, right? E. And they just had one of their guys get one shot at one of these statues as rank B.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
When there's like 16 statues. So this guy, it's cool that they do this, because you know how some animes it's all like, you're completely useless without having a higher power level kind of situation.
Yeah.
This rank E kid is all like looking around at the statues, and one of the healer girls goes, I think that statue's eyes just moved. And he's like, no. And he looks up at it, and he sees like it slightly shift its eyes, like just ever so slightly, and he yells, get down, because it kind of goes into like a backstory. He's like, I'm always looking for an opportunity to attack. I'm always paying attention in these dungeons, because like I will die if I don't.
Yeah.
Where like a rank B won't even care, right? So like he literally tackles her, and a couple of other people go go down. The two rank A's obliterated instantly by the laser eyes from the statue, and like a couple of the rank C's, they're down. They went from a party of 12 down to like 5 people in it, like within like a minute.
Jeez.
And then it ends there, as he's literally freaking out and like thinking in his head, I'm gonna die. I'm going to die. This is over. We're fucked. And
gonna be that sounds like something I need to add to my list. My another thing for this year is my ever-growing list of anime to watch.
And folks, this is like the fifth time we played Eco and still talked about anime.
This has been Anime Talk with Dimension and Dumpgra. Tune in next week as we have the same exact conversation because neither one of us can remember what we said about about Black
Well, at
Clover.
least this week we talked about another anime.
When we can't remember what we talked about Black Clover and so Level Up Solo or whatever you said it was called.
How did Black Clover end for you? What was the season you ended on? Like, what was the last episode?
Where it stops on Hulu is where they're fighting all of the people that turned in, like the elven spirits came alive in them.
Oh.
They're headed. Oh no, sorry. They're still fighting those people, but Asta and like everybody was flying back to the capital because they seen the capital was under attack, and Asta and not abandoned, but they jumped out of the ball of mercury the one guy was casting to get them there, and they're fighting.
Yeah.
They're fighting the guy that's attacking Hodge Village, and the father, the priest guy just died.
Yeah.
And then they have like
crazy.
the flashback episode where it's Sister Lily like remembering reading all of their letters and stuff, and it kind of goes over everything that happened before all that, and then that was the last episode they had on Hulu was like the flashback
that's
episode.
A shitty place to leave you guys at.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah. I
can't wait for you to like find more of it.
Yeah, I got some other stuff to catch up on. Once I'm caught up on that, then I'll check to see if there's more on Hulu, or then I'll consider taking up an offer on Crunchyroll or something and seeing if I can catch up on it. I've also the other thing that makes Crunchyroll. I know I've said I didn't care for Crunchyroll that much, but the other thing that makes Crunchyroll extremely appealing right now is I had Crunchyroll for like a free trial so I could catch up on Attack on Titan a while back. So
yeah.
I still get their emails, right? Their promotional emails and stuff. So I got an email I think yesterday about the fact that they just added the dubbed version of the Attack on Titan finale part 2. So that's real tempting because I haven't seen the finale part 1 or part 2 because Hulu only has the subbed versions. They have everything else of Attack on Titan dubbed except for the finale part 1 and part 2, which is like 2 hours worth of content. They don't have those dubbed yet, so I haven't watched those. Of course, part 2 just came out like at the end of last year, so it's not even been out that long, I don't think.
Fair.
I'm behind on that. That's another thing that I want to finish because I really, really, really liked the first like season and a half, 2 seasons of that show.
Of Attack on Titan?
Yeah. Season 3 was still good, but it felt different. So I didn't care for it quite as much as I did the first 2 seasons. I think it was season 3 that started to kind of change, be different. It was still good. I just didn't care for it as much. But I definitely have to see how it ends, though. Like, it is, even though it seems and feels different at the end, it is definitely something that is good enough for me to be like, I have to see how it ends. Clearing all this grass up here so I can move all this dirt on this side. I need to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I keep having people recommend that to me. I haven't watched it. And I need to watch. I need to give Chainsaw Man another chance. I keep having people tell me to watch Chainsaw Man and actually like get through it, but haven't.
I will have to say, I don't know much about its premise, but I'll probably get attacked for this, but it sounds stupid.
Timber!
So I have watched some of it, and it's kind of cool. It is kind of cool. Some of the stuff that I have seen. The thing that made me okay, it's gonna. I don't know how this will make me sound. Make me sound like a crotchety old man, or somebody that doesn't like fun or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it won't make me sound like that at all. I don't know. But the whole reason why this kid takes powers, I guess. Not the reason why he takes powers, I guess. He takes powers for a different reason. But his whole goal in life is like to touch boobs. And
Wait, what?
the main character's whole goal in life is to touch some boobs. Like that's his driving factor in his life.
Okay, it's sounding stupider by the moment.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense if you know his backstory, like why his goals are so low, I guess. But at the same time, when I was watching it, realizing like that's the whole premise of main character's main goal in life at that point, because of some other things that had happened to him and like his station in life. I gave it a chance. I got through like 3.5 or 4 sessions, 3.5 or 4 episodes of it. And it's got some really cool visuals if you like that kind of gory anime style and stuff. But that's the whole premise that made me kind of stop watching, because I thought it was gonna turn into a different type of anime than what I was planning to watch because of his goals. It never got to that point where I was at, but I thought it was going to. So I kind of stopped watching it, and I have people that I very much trust in their opinions of movies and shows and stuff.
So
Recommend it again.
yeah,
So I'm like, I might give it a try.
I don't know. It's just weird. Like
Yes, it is weird, but
that's just a weird way to do an anime situation. Like his goal is to touch boobs, and then you're saying it's because of his position. And here I am thinking, like, is he had that bad of a life? Like, I think I'd have like other goals, like I would like to win $1 million, so like I wasn't in this position anymore. Like
it is because he has that bad of a life. His life is awful before he gets his powers. Like real bad. So I will give him that. But I kind of like what you're saying. I'm like, you, especially after he gets his powers, I'm like, you could definitely aim higher than that, bud. Like, just try a little bit harder,
Like, what about like having a proper roof over your head, or like what about that kind of stuff? Like, just touching boobs seems so immature of a lofty goal. It's not even like a low goal. It's just a low goal. It just seems like an immature goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, it's it seems like a strange life goal to have, but that's his
What's
life
your goal
goal.
in life? Touch boobs. I did that yesterday. You suck.
That's
What?
pretty much his life. You just summed it up right there.
It's like one of those people, like, you ask, like, if you were to gain the power of invisibility, what would you do? Look at girls.
Okay,
I
and
get
what
that
would you?
would be a side job. What would you really do?
That's what I was gonna say. What would you do after that? Look at more girls.
Look at more boobs.
Like, come on. You have like you use your imagination at least.
I know whose boobs I would look at if I used my imagination. It's like, oh my god.
That's not what I meant, but at least you're thinking a little bit farther ahead. All right, I am gonna go do some fishing now because I definitely need to have fish in my diet currently. That's what I'm getting the most calories and stuff from. So I'm gonna go see if I can catch some fish while I take a break from the digging. Yeah. So basically, the kid in chains, I call him a kid. The person in chainsaw has no life. I don't know how this fishing works, but I'm about to find out. He basically has no life in the sense of he barely gets enough food to eat. If I remember right, he takes jobs killing demons to try to survive and get food.
Wow.
Oh, I got a tuna.
That guy does sound like he has a sad life.
But because he doesn't have powers at the beginning, he's just like fighting these demons with like his bare hands and stuff like that. Like he doesn't. He's I'm gonna go fight a lower level demon with a knife or something like that. Kind of thing. It's he's not exactly strong. Fish got off. So it shows him go through all this process of fighting demons, like lower level demons, barely making enough money to eat sometimes not even having food. Like sleeping in a shack. Like some nights his food is a piece of bread and like some jam. Like that's his whole meal for an entire day kind of thing. Yeah, got it. And he ends up finding this dog, this chainsaw dog, that he becomes friends with, and it's a demon, of course. He starts becoming friends with it. He starts sharing his food with it and stuff. The food he barely has. Starts sharing his food with it and stuff. They become friends. He meets he finds like another demon, and the demon ends up killing him and like tearing him to pieces, killing him, like rips him like limb from limb and stuff, and it's rough. So he dies. And you're like, this is like, I think all this happens in the first episode. So, like, the main character of the show's dead in the first episode, and you're like, okay. Anyways, he gets his chainsaw powers, and when he comes back to life with those chainsaw powers, that was weird. I just got a fish on this line that... when I started reeling it in, it started shooting rainbow sparkles up in the air. But it only did it for like a second, and then the fish was gone again. Anyways, I don't think he really... There it is again. I'm not sure if this is a special fish or if it's just... because it was just a tuna. I don't think he really. I can't remember if he has the touch boob skull in the beginning. I feel like he kind of does, but it's not as important. He just kind of talks about it sometimes, as his life is that bad. But definitely after he gets his chainsaw powers, that's like his main focus of anything. Like anytime he meets a girl, he's like, I'm gonna do anything for you because maybe I'll get to that point. That kind of at least where I was at is like his main motivation. So it's kind of weird.
So weird.
All right, I caught some fish. Let me see what kind of stuff I can make here.
Yep. Still a weird premise.
Well, you can see why, after my terrible description, you can see why I thought it was going to end up turning into a different type of anime, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of why I was like, yeah, I think I'll pass. But
What do they call those? They call those like the isekai or something like that animes.
Rainbow Spark. But it ended up not being that type of anime, at least where I was. But I stopped anyways. But then later on, I talked to somebody that I trust that has watched the whole thing, and they're like, yeah, it never becomes that kind of show. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it another chance. It's got some cool visuals and stuff in it if you like the gorier side of anime and stuff.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Also, Twitch, I just want to let you know, if you're going to play ads on people's channels, stop making them a buggy, laggy mess.
What are you talking about? I've opted into the new Scuffed ads beta. It's a new promotion they're running. It's for people that run Scuffed streams. They run Scuffed ads for them, so it fits in with the aesthetic.
Oh my god. It's hilarious.
Alright, I am cooking some fish. Also making some... I also have some fish fillets being chopped up.
Nice.
Speaking of betas and stuff, when I logged in to Twitch today, and
Oh, did you sign up for that beta they're talking about?
I didn't because I want to look into it first. But I saw it's like HD streaming or something like that.
Oh, enhanced broadcasting beta.
Yeah, that's it. I wanted to look into it before I just opted into it. Because I just saw it like 20 minutes before we went live when I logged in.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd look into it and research it before I jumped into that, but I'm curious as to what it might be.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I actually already opted into it because the way I read it was, I'm not forced to use their stuff. It's just a better, supposed to be like a better inclusion. However, I did hear that they laid off 35% of their staff today.
It might be something that's in beta for a while then.
Yeah, over 500 workers were laid off, cut around 400 positions. 35% of its workforce.
That's crazy. Bezos, man. Jeff Bezos. Can you believe it? All right. Let me put my windows in the house, and that way all I need is a roof and a couple of doors, and we can. And then yeah, that's done. I'll go find somebody we can raid, and I think we're gonna call it a night if you're ready for it.
Well, I think we got quite a bit done. Moved quite a bit more of the hill. You built your house, or got the house starting being built.
It's very close to being done. I'm gonna throw a roof on there next time we play, and put a door on there, and we'll be good for now. I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna kind of do what we did with Jarl's place, the one I built in Jarl's thing, and just build a staircase on the outside for now. That way I don't have to clutter up the inside with a big staircase. But
Okay.
I may do that different if at some point I decide to expand it and put the staircase like in another room, and just have a doorway split in this. But
just not sure if it's going to count the second floor as part of your house if you can't access it.
well, I'm gonna have a staircase over to the side. Hopefully that'll.
Yeah.
If that counts, if that doesn't count it, then I can put it inside. I'll probably remove the second door that's over here on this side, and just build it along that wall over there.
Oh, nice.
Put it if it doesn't count it on the outside, just put it here on the inside. But yeah, that's the plan for now.
I think overall we done pretty good.
I kind of wish I would have put it a little bit farther back so I can put an awning on the front without going over the road, but it's fine. It's fine where it's at. I like it. Next time, all I need you to do next time is, if you could, put a pathway to the door, but we can do that on the next time we play.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on Dumpgrod Dimension Eco. All right, let's see who might be online playing Eco right now that we could raid. I wonder if one of the people we've raided before. Yeah, one of the people we've raided before is actually playing Eco tonight.
Oh, nice.
So if you guys want to hang out just a few minutes, we're gonna actually. I think it's the person we raided last time. Yeah, and I hung out in their chat for a little while. I think they're getting really, if they haven't finished that world we raided into last time, they're getting really close to the meteor hitting. So yeah, we'll jump over there and raid them. If you guys want to hang out for just a couple minutes after the end screen's thrown up, we'll do that raid. You'll get extra channel points, and yeah, those channel points can be used to play sound alerts and various different streams for various different reasons. And I gotta look. I know I gave ScawtDawg crap about doing this a while back when he started his chat versus streamer stuff, but I definitely have to start some kind of giveaway or community goal or something where people spend channel points before I do chat versus streamer again. Because I know there's people out there with way too many channel points to make chat versus streamer go very well the first few times I stream it if I ever started again. So I'll be looking at how to do that eventually, because it's going to be rough on me if I do it without draining some channel points first. But you got anything coming up you want to talk about? Chat versus stream before we our raid?
I don't really have a whole lot. Of course, I always promote my podcast, but we just put out a video about Medieval Dynasties co-op update that we did play with Dimension as well, and what we thought about it, all the fun things about it. Give it a look. We have plenty of other videos if you guys are interested, but that's our newest one. As far as me personally, I really want to get back into streaming. I'm just not sure what I want to stream by myself. I was having a couple of ideas. I was thinking about maybe just doing some more relaxing streams, but I'm not 100% sure what game I would play. I don't know. It's complicated. it's definitely interesting. But I do plan on streaming sooner than later. That's all I got.
We'll be happy to see you back, and I'll be happy to get in that chat and play them oh yeahs over and over and over and over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be happy to see you back streaming again and get in there and hang out with you and just have conversations. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I I don't know anything about modding, but one of the things I've seen in your streams before we started playing a lot together when I was just kind of hanging out in your streams, is I enjoyed just chilling and listening to you talk about modding because even though I don't know anything about it, I can tell that you do, and I am one of those people that enjoys listening to people talk about things that they enjoy and are passionate about and know something about, even if I don't understand it. So, yeah, I'll be interested to get in there and see
So,
your different conversations. Yeah, Professor Modder.
Professor.
Professor Dumpgrass in the building.
Oh, it's terrible.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for Dumpcraw and I. Well, keep an eye on the Discords because we'll be back soon. Surely very soon. And Professor will
Also,
be
don't
hanging out
forget to
again.
check out this. Let me see if I can point the right direction. Wait. Oh, this motherfucker right here is YouTube.
Yeah,
Folks,
we're caught
If
up.
you love Dimension, yeah, if you love Dimension and you love his streams, he puts plenty of his past streams on there. Has a wide variety of games to watch. Pretty sure you'll find a game you enjoy. Watch him. Just watch him. Leave a comment. Give him a thumbs up. Subscribe to him if you haven't already. He works really hard, not only on his streams, but also putting out the content. He's still learning. He's getting better. But best way to support him, honestly, is to help him become more monetized on more platforms, and YouTube is one of those platforms.
Yeah, and check out TikTok as well. I'll just put the TikTok link in chat. I am uploading a video, a new TikTok just about every day of our different clips we've done. That's one of the platforms I'm catching up on and getting done this year. I have spent almost every bit of free time I have riding around in the truck lately, setting up drafts for TikTok. So we're getting at least one posted just about every day. So go check that out. I appreciate it. Like Dumpcross said, any follows or subs or any interaction like that helps a ton, and gets us a long ways. It's been fun. I don't think I have anything else to say other than join us for the raid, and we'll be back soon. Keep an eye out for the Discord for what we're doing next. See you all in